So I've heard the excuse about how my dog ate my homework for elementary school and middle school students, and now Donald Trump's lawyers are trying to pull that in federal court before federal judge Eileen Cannon, as things in the Mar-a-Lago document case are not going exactly as planned for Donald Trump and his co-defendants. Judge Cannon's made some rulings that are not totally favorable to them, and Judge Cannon has kept that May 20th trial date. Still, she has not reset that trial date despite a March 1st hearing where she indicated that she would. And she also set a deadline for Donald Trump and his lawyers to make a SEPA Section 5 disclosure. In other words, for them to disclose what types of potential classified documents they would make public at the trial. And now Donald Trump and his lawyers are doing everything to try to stop that case from moving forward. The latest effort that was just filed by Donald Trump's lawyer, Christopher Kise, who Trump's paid like a $3 million retainer to, or close to that amount, maybe even more. Notice of unavailability of counsel. This is what was just filed by Trump's lawyer before Judge Eileen Cannon. Please take notice that counsel, they have to call him president even though he's not, I'm just going to read what they wrote. Please take notice that counsel for President Donald J. Trump, Christopher M. Kise, will be unavailable from April 29th, 2024 through May 14th, 2024 due to a scheduled surgery on April 29th, 2024 and the post-surgery recovery period, which will restrict his ability to work and travel during that time. Signed, Christopher Kise. So let me get this straight. You didn't tell anybody this before, and now you're saying that you have some surgery that's taking place on April 29th so that you're not going to be available during a key period, potentially leading up to a day where trial is currently scheduled, because you're saying there's a surgery and then there's recovery time. I mean, look, I don't want to pry whether this is elective surgery or something like urgent. I would assume if it was urgent or emergency, you wouldn't necessarily just kind of wait. It would happen kind of right away, or you would state that this is an emergency. Like, you would at least address it in your filing. This is urgent. This was unexpected. You wouldn't just so cavalierly go, I've got a surgery and then there's going to be recovery time, so I'm just not going to be available during the key period of time here. And by the way, other suspicious circumstances surrounding that, because about 10 days ago, Donald Trump's lawyers filed a motion to adjourn existing dates and deadlines, like that SEPA Section 5 deadline that Judge Cannon set for May 9th. This was the filing that Trump's lawyers made about 2 weeks ago or so. The requested adjournment is appropriate in light of the upcoming trial, People v. Trump. The May 9th deadlines will require lengthy classified submissions and extensive time in a SCIF to prepare and discuss those submissions, which is time, they call him President Trump, Trump and his attorney simply do not have during the trial that is about to begin in New York. For example, the special counsel's office filed a long classified expert notice that we must access in Florida and address in connection with efforts to identify defense experts. In addition, while classified discovery in this case is not complete, SEPA Section 5A is not limited to documents produced in discovery. Rather, the statute requires defendants to provide notice of all classified information that the defense expects to disclose or to cause the disclosure of at trial or during any pretrial proceeding. Exactly. That means this is actually in your possession and custody and control. You got these documents like a year ago, and then you should know your own documents that you intend to introduce. I've been very critical of Judge Cannon for a lot of issues, but normally you would set SEPA Section 5 submissions in cases involving classified information towards the beginning of the case when you set a scheduling order. Special counsel Jack Smith tried to educate Judge Eileen Cannon on the law of SEPA, but Judge Cannon ignored that, and she only recently set the date for SEPA Section 5. So this is something that Trump and his lawyer should have provided a long time ago, and they didn't mention here anything in this paragraph about, oh, by the way, The main lawyer in this case, Christopher Kise, he's not the trial lawyer in Manhattan. He's not doing anything in the Manhattan case. He was in the New York Attorney General civil fraud case. Kise is the main lawyer in the classified document case where Trump stole national defense information. And now I guess they realize that and they go, I guess that excuse isn't going to fly. Hey, Kise, say that you're going to have a surgery now and you're going to not be free for the key dates. I mean, this is what I mean, folks. Come on. It's just so pathetic, this conduct. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. If I had just one more hour in my day, I'd spend it with the ones I love the most. A lot of us spend our lives wishing we had more time. The question is, time for what? If time was unlimited, how would you use it? The best way to squeeze that special thing into your schedule is to know what's important to you and to make it a priority. And look, therapy can help you find what matters to you so you can do more of it. Therapy has empowered us to be the best version of ourselves. I've personally benefited from therapy myself. It's helped me learn positive coping skills and how to set boundaries. And it isn't just for those who experience major trauma, because what you're going through, whatever it is, truly matters. So if you're thinking about starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. Give it a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. Learn to make time for what makes you happy with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/Meidas today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Meidas. BetterHelp.com/Meidas. And by the way, on April 14th, Special Counsel Jack Smith responded to the motion for adjournment, calling out Donald Trump for the delay tactics. And here's what Jack Smith's team wrote. On April 10th, 2024, this court, having heard argument on the parties' competing scheduling proposals, set May 9th as the deadline for defendants' expert witness disclosures and notice pursuant to SEPA Section 5A. Following their pattern, the defendants responded to the court's deadline by seeking another postponement. This time, Trump invokes his New York trial. This court set the May 9th deadline fully apprised of defendant Trump's New York trial. Although the defendant's motion reads as though the court were unaware of Trump's other case, and as if defendants had no forewarning that a Section 5 deadline would be set, those premises are plainly wrong. The defendants have had ample notice of these deadlines, when they would be scheduled, and have already had months to complete the work. The cases the defendants cite to claim a constitutional right to postponement are inopposite for these reasons and others. The defendants have had the government's expert witness disclosures for 3 months. All 6,043 pages of classified discovery implicated by the court's order for several weeks, 5,479 of those for over 5 months. The defendants also knew these deadlines would be scheduled and would be coming. So Jack Smith says, we ain't got time for that. So then Jack Smith filed that on April 14th. And then 10 days later, on April 24th, you got Donald Trump's lawyer, Christopher Kise, saying, I'm not even around anymore. I decided to do a surgery, and then it's going to take me 2 weeks to recover for the surgery. So I guess I'm not going to be available during the key dates. Now, Christopher Kise was retained a very long time ago. Christopher Kise knew about this trial date. Christopher Kise, one of the first people that Donald Trump brought on his trial team. He was the lawyer also in the New York Attorney General civil fraud case. He and Alina Habba lost that case, and judgment was entered against Donald Trump for $464 million plus post-judgment interest. We've covered Christopher Kise's background. He was high up in Republican administrations, in legal roles. You see him right there in Florida. He was also a foreign agent, or did foreign agent work for Venezuela. He had to file a FARA registration because he was providing the Venezuelan government and is providing the Venezuelan government while representing Donald Trump. So while he has access to classified docs He's also providing advice and guidance to Venezuela. So just, you can see his form right there. You don't have to take my word for it. He's, been paid millions and millions of dollars. You can see in the financial disclosures. And all of this is coming as I mentioned at the outset of this video, look, Judge Cannon denied Donald Trump's co-defendant Waltine Nauta and Carlos de Oliveira's motion to dismiss the indictment and bill of particulars. She rejected that. She also revealed or released a bunch of confidential documents, which Trump was trying to provoke to release, which are absolutely horrendous for Donald Trump. There's a whistleblower who was close to Donald Trump who's redacted. His name is redacted, but it's Person 16. And Person 16 talks about how Donald Trump knowingly, willfully, unlawfully stole these records. Person 16 also has a number of embarrassing insights into lawyers dressing a certain way to try to catch Donald Trump's attention. Person 16 said he warned Donald Trump that what he was doing was criminal. Person 16 had access to Donald Trump in the Oval Office. Person 16 talked about all of the people Donald Trump surrounds himself with who are also crooked and crooks. So the release of those documents were horrific for Donald Trump. And then we just got an ABC report that just broke, so appalled what witnesses told special counsel about Trump's handling of classified info while he was still president. An array of former associates described Trump's treatment of government secrets. And they talk about how Donald Trump said he wanted to reveal classified information like info on Iran's nuclear secrets and codes and maps because Donald Trump thought it was sexy. That's what Donald Trump's close advisors have been saying, that they thought it was sexy, so they should that they should release it. You remember the photo that Donald Trump posted. The aides who have spoken with Jack Smith talk about how upsetting it was that Donald Trump released and revealed all of these classified information, how it placed our military and our foreign assets completely in peril. People describe Donald Trump hoarding classified documents while he was in office like a junk drawer all over the place. So that's all happening. And now all of a sudden, Donald Trump's lawyer says, I got a surgery. I'm not going to be around and available anymore. So judge for yourself, folks. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 3 million. I'm Ben Meiselas. Thanks for watching.
Enough! Send him to the big house, not the White House. Get the new exclusive tees, mugs, and stickers right now at store.MeidasTouch.com. That's store.MeidasTouch.com.